Welcome to my channel, myself Ganesh. Today we are talking about this Docker concept. So how this Docker is work and how this Docker will create their container using some Docker images. So this is the workflow under this Docker. So basically this Docker file will create it from some developer. So who is the developer? He will create one Docker file. So for Docker file they can use any languages. So under that languages they can create one file. Okay, so under that Docker file they can mention their image name, their software, what softwares they required, and what are the parameters. So they are basically creating one code, okay, under this Docker file. Once this Docker file is created from this Docker end, so that Docker file, using that Docker file we can create one Docker image. So using that Docker file we can create one Docker image, and using that Docker image we can create one container, that is Docker container, right? So this, when we are creating, this is the Docker image. So this Docker image is creating from our Docker engine, right? So there is one Docker engine is available. So here already we have discussed in this diagram. So this is my Docker engine. So using this Docker engine, we are creating our Docker images with the help of Docker image, okay, and we can create our container using this Docker image, okay. So there is the concept, that is the Docker ecosystem. So this Docker image, when this Docker file will create one Docker image using this Docker engine. So there is the concept, that is the Docker ecosystem. So this Docker ecosystem having some multiple types. So we will discuss in this next slide. So first we are going go through with this architecture of this Docker. So now this Docker image is created. Now you can push this Docker image to your Docker hub. So this Docker hub is nothing but your centralized repository. This centralized repository, so this Docker hub is having two types of Docker hub, that is private, and second one, that is the public, okay. So if you want to, because in our organization, so if you are using this Docker hub, so mostly we are using this private Docker hub, and one is the public. So whatever the images are available, so it will reflect publicly. So this Docker image we will push to this Docker hub. So once this image will push out to this Docker hub, that means this image is now available on my Docker hub. So either if you are using your private Docker hub, or if you are using this public Docker hub, so you can pull out that particular images which you have uploaded on your Docker hub, okay. So you can pull out on your machine. So here is the concept again. So this is my, here if suppose one Docker hub is available, so now I have created one Docker file. So that Docker file I have created one image, and that image I have uploaded on my Docker hub. Now from this Docker hub I am going to pull out using this Docker engine again, okay. So this image this image is now available on my Docker hub, and that image I am going to pull out using the help of this Docker engine, and we will create one Docker container, okay. So first we have pull out that image. So this is my Docker image again. This is my Docker image which is available on my Docker hub. We have pull out that image. So here it is now available. Now using that Docker image we can create our Docker container. Whatever the environment you are using, suppose this is your staging environment, this is your testing environment, suppose this is your, so basically this container we are using for this testing purpose. So whatever the applications you want to test it, you can use this Docker concept, okay. So you can pull out that particular images. So this image again I can pull out, and I can create this another container in or another environment. So you can do it. So this is the architecture of how this Docker is work, how we can pull out the images from this Docker hub, and how to push that images from my local system to Docker Hub, how we can pull out that images from this Docker Hub on my local system using this Docker engine. Okay, so this is the workflow of this Docker container. Now we are talking about this Docker ecosystem. Okay, so under this Docker ecosystem, so before we are going move towards this Docker ecosystem, so there are some advantages and some disadvantages of this Docker. So the first we will talk about some advantages. So basically this advantages is nothing but when we are talking about this container, so this Docker is having this shared resource memory. So whatever the resources are available on your server, so it can be shareable to all the containers. Okay, so this is the advantages. There is the concept that is the CI efficiency, and there is no pre-allocation of any particular resources, means we are not pre-allocated any particular resources. So whatever the resources they require, their applications depend on their applications, what is the requirement, so upon that requirement only that resources will get it from this operating system on your base OS. Okay, so basically the resources are taken from your base operating system using this Docker engine, and it is very less cost because there is no license is required to install your container. If you want to create any container, there is no license is required. If you are creating any virtual machine on your vCenter platform in virtualization, so at that time you required each VM needs one license. So here there is no concept of license, only your base operating system required one license, and depend on that license it will create the multiple containers. It is very lightweighted, that means we have already discussed in this previous video, that is whatever the container we are creating, so basically it is creating from your base operating system. So this base operating system is having Unix based operating system. So this Unix based operating system is having almost 90% code is available on your base OS. So almost 90% code is taken from your base OS, and 5% remaining, whatever the remaining code is available on your Docker Hub, it will pull out and it will create one container. So it is lightweighted, the size of your container is very lightweighted. Okay, it can run on any physical hardware server, virtual hardware server, or any cloud. You can say your AWS or Azure. So you can run on any platform. Okay, you can reuse the images if the image is available, so you can reuse. Okay, if you are creating any one container of any images, so you can again create this another container using that particular image, so you can create the multiple, it's like a template. Okay, means you can create the multiple container using the same image, and it will take very less time to create any container, hardly 2 seconds, 1 second it will create one container. So just one command you need to type and it will create new container within the second, so there is no time delay. So basically there is one CI efficiency is there. So CI efficiency is nothing but whenever Docker enable you to build a container image and use that same image across the every step of the deployment process. That means we are creating our container using the images. So that images, whatever the images are available, you can create one container using that particular image. So when you want to create a container from one existing container, first you need to stop that container, or you can pause that container, and then first you can create the image of that particular container, and again you need to create the container using that image. Okay, so this is the flow of this CI efficiency. Now we are talking about these disadvantages of this Docker. So there are some disadvantages also available for this Docker, like if you are using any GUI application in your environment, so Docker is not recommendable because it is not like means if suppose it required more CPU, because this GUI applications require some more CPU, so at that time it is not recommended to use this Docker. So this is the disadvantages. And also if there are multiple containers are available, so at that time it is very difficult to manage this large amount of containers. And if suppose your container is created on Linux platform, okay, and if you want to, if your application code is deployed on your another platform, so it is not possible to move your, okay, one moment. So it is not possible to move your application from one platform to another platform like Linux to Windows or Windows to Linux. So it is not possible this using this Docker. Also, there is no data recovery and the backup, okay, in this container. So if you require to backup or if you require to recover your data, so it is not possible under this Docker. So these are the basic advantages and some disadvantages about these containers. So now we are going move to this Docker ecosystem. So this Docker ecosystem is having some parameters like this Docker client, Docker server, Docker machines, Docker images, Docker hub, Docker compose. So basically this Docker client is nothing but like this, whatever the containers are available. So using that Docker client, it will connect. Docker server is nothing but your engine, Docker engine. And Docker client, it likes shape client, okay. Shape client is like agent, means whatever the nodes are available, means in our case that is container, so that container will connect your uh, base server, it using this Docker client, okay. Docker server is nothing but your if you want to create any images using any particular Docker file or from any particular container, so it will create basically the images. Second, that is this Docker machine. Docker machine is nothing but your base machine, like Docker host. So Docker host is nothing but your base machine host, whatever the physical resources are available. So that is nothing but your Docker machine. Docker images, already we have discussed Docker images. Using that images we can create multiple containers, and whatever the changes we are doing, so under container we are doing the changes, but there is no chance to done any changes on your Docker images, right? Docker Hub is nothing but your centralized repository, or you can say this. It's like a market, means whatever the images are available under this Docker Hub. So there are multiple images you can see under this Docker Hub, and you can pull out from this Docker Hub on your local system, and you can create your containers using that particular images. There is the concept that is the Docker compose. So using this Docker compose we can run this multiple Docker. So we can use if you are creating multiple files and if you want to include it and run it using this Docker compose, so you can run multiple commands at the same you can run this multiple Dockers at the same time using this Docker compose. So these are the concept about this Docker ecosystems. Also, there is one concept that is the Docker daemon. So daemon is runs on this operating system. So whatever the host operating system is available, so it is run on that, and whatever the communications is established between this Docker engine and your container, so it will establish it using this Docker daemon. So these are the basic concepts about this Docker, their architecture of this Docker, how it can work, and this is the Docker ecosystem. So there are multiple things we have already discussed under this session. So thank you guys, thank you for watching this video. In next video we will do some demonstration over this Docker.